see if it's going to out. And we are live, people. Here we are. Stage number 2, match number 2 of the International Squad Knockout Tournament is live. So, a striker full and logistic trucks is getting full. Infantry truck is getting filled up too. And they're moving out immediately. The Humvee is getting left behind. And yeah, we can see that the Logi already turns to the west. Probably going for South DC. Let's see what is going to happen at militia side. 2 technicals moving to the south. And the logistic truck is moving to the east. That could be a rush. That could be a rush on the other side too. There you go. Yeah, the technical we can see that is moving northeast straight up to North Residence. And this logistic truck over here, where is it going? Where is it putting that FOB? That is going, the FOB placement on that map is going to be critical. Let's see. Yeah, this technical will go up to the north. Where does the striker go though? We have here the logistic trucks for the Americans. They want to start attacking South DC, and I think the whole rest of the American force went north. We will have a first contact straight at North Residence at this flag over here. Militia Paradise, the French are already there. Let's see what is going on. Let's see what is happening here. Yeah, they know. They're doing it careful. Tactically adequate is doing it careful. They know already. Yeah, they might rush that flag. So we can see here tactically adequate, Bucks and Blue are the first online. And now they saw Malkovich is starting the fire. It's straight going, and first one goes down. Blue is the first victim of this match. Bucks goes down. They can hold for now. That's a good start for the French. So now, oh, that's a nice little touch with the technical right over here, putting the technical to the wall and basically just swooping over. Swooping over, but they're getting taken out. Wolf 1 is right here already, flanked around. He made that quickly. Coin over there is still up. But I think they might have that under control. Do they have a rally up? Not sure. The militia has a rally up, but they're taking control over the whole city. Wide front from the Americans. From tactical adequate in the city. But it seems like, yeah, they countered that move. Asteryks, one Asteryks squad is have control of South Central already over the mosque. That seems pretty good for the militia here. Ames is pushing in, some fights going on. Is that FOB? There's one FOB for the militia forces right in the middle of the city. Right here is their spawn hub. And we can see what are the Americans doing. The striker is still over here. There should be the hub for the Americans somewhere here too. They came here with a Logi. So probably the striker is not in action. They gotta get that into action as fast as possible. Militia has his flags. The capping mechanic shop, they have people on South Residence. No contact over there. And they have got full control. Except for James over here, who's hiding right next to the technical. They've got full control besides that against in the South DC. So that is a good start for the French team. They've got control over North Residence too. That's the critical flag they need to hold. Tactical adequate over here though. They finally have control over North Residence, are capping it slowly, I assume. And there's a logistic trucks putting up an FOB. They just supplied that. So their capping here have their background. Those rushes have been defended from both sides pretty well, but militia came out of it a little bit better. Because militia has those 4 flags. The rush on south... Oh, there's some shots fired. The rush on south district. South district center right here. This mosque flag didn't work out. For tactically adequate. You can hear the French chatter. And now the striker slowly comes up. It's solo manned by Cleffy. Kenny, he won't see any targets from here. Yeah, you gotta pull up a little bit more. But it seems good. We can see the American forces are on a pretty wide line, trying to push into South DC and at the same time pushing into North DC. They have to take North DC. It's basically those three compounds which we can see here right in front. Still basically just started. So the early first contacts. We have here LNV versus Neo. Yeah, hearing Nate's shot. So this squad over here, this Paradise squad is holding North DC, but there's a lot of tactical adequate forces coming in. So we will see how long they can hold. I think they kept South Residence. Now they're still working. They're capping pretty slow. I think they didn't start to cap in the beginning. So what do we have here? Yeah, Asteryks is holding the mosque. The striker is still pretty passive. I don't know what the striker is doing, if he got any hits or not. Doesn't seem like it. And they have to utilize that firepower more, in my opinion. Pretty well played by Militia right now. So they're controlling South DC and they will cap it. And they just capped, now they kept South Residence, they will cap it in the next time. So what do we have up here? At North DC. Yeah. We just heard them saying we're capping South DC. There's one squad coming in. Or tactical adequate. Maybe they can stop it, but they gotta push it. Oh, they're building a hub. That might change things a little. If tactical adequate can support here and can reinforce here on the short way, they might be able to apply a lot of pressure in the next turn, but doesn't help them as long as they can't cap it quickly or apply that pressure quickly enough. So we will see. We will see how this is going to play out. Still Paradise is still holding tight. There's so many down tactically adequate players. All those triangles pointing to the ground are down players. 1, 2, 3, 4 down players for tactically adequate. And there's two more over here. What can we see? So there's some action going on here at South DC, but there's a whole squad Asteryks and they're playing really nicely. They're spread out. They have control over this whole alley. And TNA is pretty close. Paradise Marquis is pushing that striker, and Stan over here is too really far east, fighting for that striker. They're holding those hills clear, which is really important to do in that case. Because once Americans have a good grip on those hills, it's getting tough for them to get into the city. And yeah, Paradise, did they cap South DC yet? No, they didn't. Gunfighting going over right here. Yeah, James versus Alikanas. James Alikanas gets taken out. This is a little bit chaotic. Steel Dragon there still is up, peeking. And that's the power of Stan on the mountain. He can basically watch into the city. Stan got taken out by Cleffy. But they're still holding. James made his way in. They're still holding South DC. They kept South DC. Now they can starting to cap North DC. But there's a lot of red dots over there. We can see here James gets taken out finally. Spread out a little bit too much. And South DC is secured by Militia, by Asteryks completely. Oh, let's head up to North DC. Oh, there's not a lot of Militia forces anymore at North DC. Neo Dunkerbeck over here. One of Paradise team captains. Squad lead Dunkerbeck pretty much alone right here. Trying to hold against a whole bunch of tactical aggregate. Nice grenade there, taking out Dolphin right on the street. And Dunkerbeck is still holding strong, pushing him back as long as he can. They might still be capping, but there's True Speeder and Blue watching for this FOB. They're checking those compounds to see if there's an FOB close or not. speeder here, over here. True speeder is starting to shoot those poor militia guys in the south. So let's focus here on North DC, and I think the cap might have come to a stop. 460 tickets for militia forces. That's still a lot to work with. Nate's getting in, Paradise Neo getting taken out. And there's only Cliff La Salade is the last one left in a firefight. Will he get taken out? Yes, he gets taken out. So that's basically tactically adequate, taking over North residence. Whereas militia Asteryks is pushing it hardly to the north. They know they need to reinforce, and now is the time to make the pressure to the north. You can see all those Asteryks and Paradise forces pushing up to the north, but tactically adequate is already there. They're spreading out. Not a lot of contact for them. Only... what's that? Dragoon? Yeah, there's only Dragon 13 right here, holding to the north. Gets one. He's a medic. He will start to revive. Oh. But there is Exicon. And Dragon gets taken out. Yeah, they know now. They go up on the roof. Tactically adequate. Goes up on the roofs. Keeps them at bay. But look at all those militias. They are going to apply a lot of pressure. Look at that militia fighting line from far over there. From far away over here. They're digging that hub down. And all those blue players pushing into North District Center. And it seems like that this tactically adequate squad is getting surrounded here by Stan far in the east. We have Fulcrum over there. Paradise Corn, there's a lot. There's way too many Asteryks and Paradise for tactically for the Americans to hold that. Shots fired, Dunkerbeck pushing in heavily. At Murder Hall. Gets another one. Gets Bad Wolf one. No. Rockets are getting shot. There's one squad holding out here in that far western compound, which is still in the cap zone. But the longer the time goes, the more militia will put in pressure onto this North DC cap zone. Meanwhile, tactically adequate has taken back the FOB. Building up that hub again. It's pretty offensive. Pretty offensive position right here next to South DC. If they can hold it, could help them out in the last term, in the later moves. They've got another hub over here, so they've got a decent. That's a good hub positioning, so they can start applying pressure over the whole line of the city. The French know about it though. They know about it. And firefight comes to a halt a little bit. You can see all those forces. And what do we have here? What do we have here? Tactical adequate. Two guys, James and Bear, seeing that hub. That's the only active militia hub. If they can take it down, one gets taken out, Stenox get taken out. Guys, they're spawning. James is doing it. If they can take down that hub, there's no militia reinforcements anymore in the whole city. They found the hub, but they keep on spawning. That's critical here. James knows it. He can basically hold off the whole militia reinforcing. Paradise Astro is there, and James gets another one. Can they get in more people? Yeah. Vince is falling back already. There's two guys capping, and James gets taken out. So that hub is secure for now. Meanwhile, tactical adequate. They moved into North residence, and it seems like they cleared it out completely. Yeah, just that pressure, because all the militia forces had to pull back, basically. Because all of them had to pull back, defending that hub, clearing out that hub. There you go, you see that? So that bought those defenders here some time, and now the game stabilized a little bit. 429 tickets for the French militia. And now they can start applying pressure. Now this hub is still up for tactical adequate, and the momentum might swing back. We see this whole bunch of blue dots moving into that hub's direction over here.
Bobby ou... Ouais, voilà, parfait. T'as des scopes full est
So now the Americans could stabilize on their 2 hubs. That is a good hub. That it's a good hub position, actually. And now is the question, how will it play out? There's 2 squads defending North Residence, and that's a good move to do. They've got good weapons. If they can start to stabilize here, and they've got this offensive FOB right here, so they can really heavily apply pressure. They gotta defend it for the next push, but oh, on RPG. And seems like there's a little bit of misunderstanding going on in the French team. I just can interpret by the voices, but they seem pretty heat up. So now they're like tactically adequate is slowly getting room around North Residence. And over here True Speed are still going for the flank against Hypnotize, but they should miss each other. And he knows it. He had him. He heard both steps and he will take Hypnotize out. Yes, he will. Rock's getting shocked, but we can really see how now tactically adequate is standing really good, really wide angled here to hold all of them back. Meanwhile, Paradise and Asteryks know they gotta take out that FOB over here and they're working on it. Seems like they're going to get it. I don't know where the radio is though. Should be a little bit more up the hill probably. Can try to find it. I'm not sure. But yeah, they're shoveling down that hub, so pressure now is on militia side. We've got 1 squad which somehow made it behind militia lines. They're trying to take out that FOB for militia. Hammer over there. And Wood is down on the street. So it seems good. But we can see like the south, except for those little stragglers over here, the whole South DC, South City is in militia control. But they have a rally down here. Militia has a rally. I think I have to put that down a little bit. Excuse me. But it's irritating. A little bit. So yeah, there was a rally right here for tactically adequate. So they're trying to push in. The danger I see here for Paradise and Asteryks with Blue Militia is if they lose that hub over here. They can't reinforce me. Beerhammer already is close. It's basically the only militia FOB on the map. There's one back at Mechanic Shop, but there's no hub, no nothing. So they're trying in a special op mission. They try tactically adequate, try to push into that, but militia knows already. Reacting good, pushing to the southwest. Paradise, Cliff, La Salade versus 350, and Cliff is down. So we're trying to put some pressure here. All the pressure they put on that FOB is resources militia has to spend to defend that FOB, which we can see they can't attack right now. There's no attacking forces whatsoever for militia. They are basically pulled back into, what do we have here? Neo Sun. Neo Sun does not have... It's a squad lead, solo squad lead right here, just checking where that striker is. We didn't saw that much of striker action yet. That striker is pretty far back. He should have a lot of targets down there actually. I can't see a lot. We can see all of them through the wall. He's starting to shoot a little bit. It's dangerous though to have that striker there all by its own. Oh, and slowly militia is getting pushed back into the FOB. There's still 3 US Americans up. Wood just got taken down. It's only James and Steel Dragon left. But now the pressure starts on tactically adequate side. They are pushing to the south side of the city on a really whole and wide front. They're closing in to that FOB. They still have defending forces, but there's no pressure whatsoever, and we can see the whole militia team is getting troubles on their FOB. There's a lot of down. There's 3 people up directly on the hub, 4 people up directly on the hub. Dolphin is pushing in. If that hub is getting taken out, the French will be in problem. Because it's their direct reinforcement. There's one techie starting out from the main base right now. They know they need a backup plan. Because they need a backup plan. Gush just is pushing in. But Fulcrum, what is he doing? There's the radio. Fulcrum is taking Gush out. But there's pressure from all sides now. Infinite is the next one to breach through. Dolphin is getting taken out, but still the pressure is real for Militia. They can feel it. There's still the Spec Ops squad. More south even. I just have to keep that pressure up on that FOB. It's getting chaotic for the French. Tactical adequate is a good job like doing here, isolating them, pushing them back into the FOB and applying the pressure. They know they can't, if there's an FOB right here, they know there can't be any FOB anywhere close in the city. It's 400 meters, that's a lot on Loga Valley. So let's see what's going here. Paradox is trying to keep them back. And we can wonderfully see here how tactically adequate is all around that FOB. It's still chaotic in there. It's still chaotic though. Agent V over here trying to push in. Now they had an opening, but they don't know about it. Now they could push out to the north. They've taken out everything. What is Dunkerbeck doing? Getting some sandbags up to look over that wall. Oh, and Wood over here. Squad lead Wolf has a good position. They have problems, Paradise and Asteryks. They struggle with all that pressure right now. They struggle with all that pressure. They really have to have a backup plan. There's one squad over here at South TC, but they gotta concentrate on holding that flag. And yeah, tactical adequate is taking out all the defenders slowly. There's Dunkerbeck on the roof still. Oh, he didn't saw him. He didn't saw him. He's still up. Oh, they barely can hold it, but they are still holding it. There's one technical far in the back at South Residence. Where, or is it a beer? It's the BRDM actually. It's Revidix with a BRDM, trying to get some additional firepower up on that hill. Yeah, that would help out quite a bit too. It seems like the striker got taken out finally, though. I don't see the striker enemy. Probably got taken out. And tactically adequate is on the fob. James is on the hub again, but there's 3 and he's got taken out. It's all about that FOB. So many downed people. And tactically adequate is trying to make a new approach, taking down those Paradise and Asteryks forces who seem to have found the radio of that FOB. Yes, they have. They want to hold on was 20. Crazy is coming up over there. Marquis is still shoveling on that radio. That's 20 tickets. They want to preserve all the tickets they have, and Marquis is stopping the shovel, taking out his rifle. So that fob will live for now. And Marquis gets taken out. So they defended their FOB in the meanwhile. The whole pressure didn't work out. The militia FOB is still up, and look at this slaughterhouse. We can see downed people, downed players everywhere. Basically everywhere. That is interesting. So militia can stabilize for now. And we're coming to a little bit more passive state now. Yeah, they cleared out. There's no more US forces anymore. The BRDM. Nope, the striker seems to be still up over there. Yes. Striker is still up finally on a hill. They really need to use all that firepower. And now tactically adequate has to reorganize its attack. Militia can work, can try to go for an attack too. They still have that FOB over here. They can utilize that if they decide to take it. Maybe they're taking it down just to save those 20 tickets. Oh, there comes the RPGs out of the mosque. And now the clash goes on. Militia has some room, but no, tactically adequate. Reinforced really quickly. There's still again second try to take down that FOB. They know where radio is. There's only Coin defending it. Dandox is pushing in. Oh, Dandox. They traded. Coin is down. Dandox is down too. And there's 2 Paradise over here. They need to gain room around that FOB. Cliffy gets taken out. So it's basically all about that FOB here right now. Pressure is still up. There's no pressure whatsoever on the defending Americans. No pressure whatsoever. It comes all down to that FOB over here. But I think we're missing some some militias. Yes, there is a couple of militia troops. Oh, that striker is taking out the SPG techie. That's a couple of tickets you don't want to lose like that. And Tactic Canway finally. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Asteryks is spawning right here still on that FOB. It all comes down to that FOB. But I think, out of my opinion, I think 353 tickets. I think Asteryks and Paradise are losing tickets here. That's a little bit of a meat grinder here. It seems for me a little bit like a meat grinder. And Tactically Adequate is trying to get a new hub up on this eastern fob. If they can get that hub up, they can start another attack from another right side on South District and finally start attacking with flag. They're still doing a really good job just keeping the pressure up. There's so many blue players inside that FOB compounds who are just not coming out of there. That's the problem if you only have one spawn point. Only one spawn point to reinforce, and the enemy team knows where it is now. They're slowly starting to work their way up to the northern cap zone. Clearing it out, but they can never be safe. They never know for sure. Is there still enemies lurking around behind the next wall? But they know for now they need to get out of there. They need to gain room because they are trapped. And that hub is up, and now Tactically Adequate seems like they decide to change tactics. Seems like they decide to change tactics and basically go for the cap zone. There's only 3 defenders in the cap zone. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Tactically Adequate players pushing into the cap zone. So Neo Sun versus Fetre. Neo Sun will come in spec, takes him out. We have Sotik over here versus Neo Sun. Neo Sun takes out another one. Dolphin got taken out, so they can still hold. Paradox over here is in the cap. And he should know there's not a lot of defenders. So now we can see Militia, Asteryks, the French players, are pushing out, but they're pushing into a defensive position. They know they need more people on the cap zone. They're falling back. There's no pressure on the American flag whatsoever still. And I really gotta drink a little bit right now. I'm sorry. So Tactically Adequate finally starts to make some pressure on the flag itself. Gash over here and Envy are fighting. Gash gets taken out. Beerhammer still on fighting. And there's more Tactically Adequate players incoming. And if it stays up like that, Tactically Adequate will be able to take over the flag. There's 1, 2, 3 Tactically Adequate players alive. Is Paradox now? Paradox got taken out. And where's Fetre in the south? And there's only one defender. I think they're capping. Are they capping? Yes, they started capping. They definitely started capping. So on the defending side for the Americans, things are still alright. There's still 3 or 4 defenders. Only Stan made it into the cap zone, but he's not a danger on its own. There's still 4 Tactically Adequate players alive in the cap zone. Now it's 3. Is no Lexicon-O-Matic. Is he picking? Yes, he is picking up his people. So the longer the time takes, the more Tactically Adequate players will be in that cap zone, and it will be tougher and tougher for the French militia to come back to get into that. They're starting pressure on North Residence though, but they're still too far away. Stan has made it out of his compound, out of the cap zone. Cleffy over here still doing some, well, not anymore. Yeah, I think they're still capping. Yes, they definitely are still capping, and there's more and more reinforcements coming in. It's pressure. Tactically Adequate works with the pressure. That's what they're doing. And we can see them spawning in at that hub, at that eastern FOB. And Militia is trying to reinforce more. There's rockets going up all the way to that striker, and that striker just got a hit. It's burning. Little bear over here in his Fortress of Solitude, but he can give some fire support down into the cap zone, which will help out on the long term, where we can see him fighting. And there's a lot of tactically adequate players. The Red American team is pushing into the cap zone. And they have pretty much control over it. And they will most likely cap it. There still is that FOB for Militia up here, but all the pressure just destroyed the Militia defensive line. I've got one player in the tower. Gash over here is inside the tower with his LAT. Dankeberg. Dankeberg again. Always Dankeberg. Fighting and fighting. Getting taken out finally. Is it neutral? It's not neutral yet though. The ticket count is 315 right now. Oh, still fights going on. But TNA still is pushing pressure. They're still in that cap zone. They will be able to take it. But now Militia, Asteryks and Paradise are starting to push it heavily. They are rushing it. They are pushing. They know they need to get into that cap zone and most likely clear it out. Otherwise they will lose it. Sooner or later. Vince over here. No, Lexicon is still up. Now he's down. Wood is still and James are still in the mosque. And I think it seems like they are able to clear it out again. Heavy fighting going in. Wood and James doing a good job. Dendog's over here covering to the west side, fighting one-on-one with Frank Jäger, and a lot of nades going down. Lot of nades going down. James and are still up though. 350 is still up 2-0, and this Militia push came to an end. The cap zone stops right here. That ladder still is in cap zone, I think. I'm not sure 100%. Dunkerbeck again, Dunkerbeck, and he gets 350. 350 is taken out. And here only James is still alive. Dendog's outside is still alive. Wood got taken out. And firefights come to an halt here. Seems like all of the tactically adequate forces got taken out. And I think Militia is capping that flag back. They're still fighting for it. But the next wave of Americans are coming in. We are on 300 tickets for Militia. Unfortunately, I don't see the United States tickets. Oh. Here's a lot of tactically adequate. The Militias are dropping in one by one. And, okay, tactically adequate is capping the mosque again. There's 4 or 5 players inside the mosque and south of it. And they're reinforcing. That FOB placement over here was a really good choice. Really important choice, because they can apply pressure. And they have the other FOB in the north to basically defend. Only Stan is searching for it. Stan actually managed to take it out all by himself, the hub at least. And now they find Stan, he will get taken out. But that double FOB playstyle versus the one FOB in the middle of the city worked out here for the Americans. And they are defending, they are trying desperately to defend, to push into the cap zone again. They're still holding the flag though. Militia is still holding the flag, but they're getting grinded down here. And they can't get close to the mosque anymore. There's too many people. We've got James, Steel Dragon, Wood, Beerhammer, Gash, Pleasant, Drew, all of them, Cleffrey are inside the cap zone. And they got the good angles. Just look at this angle here. Cleffrey is holding that door all by himself. Oh, we've got Fulcrum over here. Some fighting going on. Shooting right through those wooden windows. They are trying to get it, and we've got another squad. 4 tactically adequate over here. Oh, that nade just took out 4 people. I think it was Malkovich, I'm not sure. But that was 2 bunched up. In that case, this flag is neutral now. So the defenders can start to slowly move up. The question is, well, will they hold the cap zone? They're still pushing, making more pressure. Making more pressure and more pressure. What Asteryks in Paradise is doing, they basically try to come from the same angle all the time, and Tactically Adequate is knowing it, and they reacted good on it. They basically took their defenses to the northwest side into direction of that FOB. Now they slowly... yeah, there's a Grenadier doing a lot of damage. And Tactically Adequate knows it. They set their defense to the northwest side. Their militia always tries, Asteryks in Paradise always tries to come over that same angle, over this angle over here. And they, in my opinion, they really should try to make a wider flank and come from more sides. They try to do some pressure on that FOB, but they just can't get it done. Donkerberg here again, always on the front line. Always on the front line, Donkerberg. And South DC is still neutral again. I have no idea who's capping or not. That's still heavily fought. But what we can see is basically slowly but surely the momentum goes over to the American side. Now the defenders had started moving out, doing some pressure on the north side. That can fire back. If those defenders are getting taken out, they're doing pressure on that FOB. That's good to do, because it will help out the attacking forces, because the militia will have to put... oh, they're fighting. Their BRDM just got blew up far in the back by the striker. That's again some tickets, which they do not want to lose. So they're doing pressure on that FOB, and all the pressure they put on that FOB will prevent the French militia to help defending at South District Center. That's a good move. It can fire back if those defenders are getting taken out and they spawn wrong at the South FOB. There's no defending forces here right now. That's what, but oh, as we can see, Cry over here has taken out all the FOB defenders. And Cry has a window here. Mark Cry. But they're spawning in again. This window is over. But now Militia gets in trouble. The French people get in trouble. The flag still is neutral, still heavily fought. But now there's more and more Tactically Adequate, and they will get overrun. Oh, and the striker just blew up. The striker just blew up. Why didn't they went for repair? I don't know if it was a hut or not. No idea what killed him, but that's some firepower missing right now. But we can see the whole Tactically Adequate team right now pushes up into the cap zone. And there's no militia anymore. There's 3 guys pushing up to the defending forces. Hypnotize, Kamalux, and I don't like Medic. Marvin. They're basically capping. So the question is, I don't think this was neutral too long. So the question is, will it be a double neutral, or will Tactically Adequate be able to cap before the French militia caps? So we're on 233 tickets for militia. I still don't see the United States Army tickets. Should be better next round. Is unfortunate, a little bug which happens sometimes in the spectator camp. Paradise, Dunkerberg again charging in. But we can see they're still trying to attack from the same angle, all from the northwest to the cap zone. And United States captured South DC. That basically means those 3 people over there, Tactically Adequate, gambled here a little to put everything onto offense, and it worked out for them. Worked out. So now it's only that FOB they've got to fight against, and they can basically move on. What about the okay, the FOB at South Residence is active already, so militia can fall back if they have to. If I want to. Neosun over here, build that FOB, that hub is up right here. Is the spawn bunker. So they have a backup plan. But once you lose the city for the fight, it's getting tough on Loga. The fight for the city. Once they lose it, it's getting tough and tactically adequate. Slowly, wonderful done with that FOB on the east side. Applying the pressure and pressure and pressure. And it's getting quiet a little bit. So now we can slowly see that militia is trying to even surround and get between the next two cap zones they have, but it's a little bit too late in my opinion. That one FOB didn't work out in that case against the two FOBs here. Both this 3-man search squad is searching for the American FOB, trying to take down the hub in the north, just destroying a little bit of infrastructure for tactically adequate. Might be worth, but might be too late already. They lost the city, so and now we can see wonderful this big front line right here. Still fighting for the most. There is now militia isn't a problem because they have to put forces to defend south residents with flag in the far back, and basically the more forces they have to put into the back, the less forces they have to start attacking here. And it might start snowball out of control. If that FOB over here gets taken out for militia, then they don't have any ground in the city anymore. Blazing Drew over here versus Paradise. Coin 2, Blazing gets taken out. And there's still so many tactically adequate forces everywhere. So they're still spawning in that FOB, trying to re-attack. Trying to re-attack that FOB over here. Trying to retake South DC, but now there's a lot of space for tactically adequate. There's only French drunk, I think that is supposed to mean, is the last one left here. Combat medic. But the more room the Americans will get, the harder will it be for militia. But there is some sneaky beaky, both 3 flankers who went for the long way in the north might even flank. It's 2 LATs, I think. That's a medic, that's hypnotize. Does not have the hub kit, only LAT. And they're searching for that radio. They want to take down that FOB, which might help them. Now is the question, how will tactically adequate go from here on? Now they've got the initiative, but the question is, what are they going to do with it? Seems like right now the cap is pretty undefended. Only Bucks and Bad Wolf 1 gets taken out. As Mark Cry, but they're still holding. That's starting to apply pressure on that FOB. They know, yeah, they gotta take out that FOB, they know that. If that single FOB is taken out, they will have it way easier and there will be no more resistance. And the 3 flankers over here are taking down the FOB. That might backfire. That's a good move. Was a good move for them after seeing, okay, we can't take down the enemy cap zone, we're just going for the big flank, taking down the FOB. Will they get it? Yeah, it's down. The FOB is gone, so no more reinforcements for the Americans. Did they take down the northern FOB too? That's the real question here. It seems like... no, just the hub is down. Just the hub is down, but right now there's no spawn points for the Americans anywhere close. Only rally points, no FOBs. That's why you gotta really want to check out your infrastructure, defend your infrastructure. I know it's only 24 players, but basically means putting 1 or 2 defending infrastructure is a tough call to do, but sometimes it might work because can tactically adequate hold here. They can't go for the next flag because they don't have steam for it anymore. They don't have the steam for it, and Militia, Paradise and Asteryks, 140 tickets left. That's not a lot. Are pushing back into South District Center. They might be able to make the turnaround here. The whole infrastructure for the Americans is taken out. So yeah, United States defended South DC for now. They are pushing into the FOB, but they can't get that FOB. This maze over here defends the militia all the time. Malkovich gets taken out. Neo is right below him too. But they're still spawning on that FOB. So right now, if they start managing doing the kills, push them out. Just make it slow, make the kills. But Dragon gets taken out by Bad Wolf 1. Bad Wolf 1 is getting out. We've got 3 militias in the cap zone. And there only is True Speeder down here in the south, taking out Coin. And I think there's still... Yeah, there's only 2 militias in the cap zone, so they can't cap it yet. And the pressure on the FOB is real again. It's getting a little bit chaotic here. They are capping, it's 3 again in the cap zone, so they're capping, but they're putting a lot of pressure on that FOB. Infinite here is still up. Where's this Mix 14? Mix 14 gets taken out. Fulcrum over here, pushing out to the north. Last defender. Fulcrum pushing out. Now they have the window. All the defenders are down. If they're pushing in now, if they decide to push in, do it quickly. Amalux is spawning again. Coin 2 over here. Coin 2 gets taken out. They're spawning. There was the window for then. Kamalux is getting taken out probably. What is Sotik doing? What is Sotik doing? Sotik gets Kamalux. And Hypnosis. They got the hub down. They got the hub down. That's going to be a really big problem for militia. They will take down that FOB. There's no militia forces. They defended here at South DC, so now they don't even need that FOB in the east anymore. There's 100 tickets really long left for militia. 100 tickets left for militia. And like really long reinforcement waves. They've got to spawn all the way over here. And Tactically Adequate just had one disconnected player. Hope he comes back. But they're in a position right now where they even can... And there's still the MTLB, and I think I can hear the BRDM on the northern hill right now. Yes, over here. Solo BRDM, just trying to make some position. But now militia is in a big problem. They won't come back into the city for the next time, because they have to walk. Yeah, the last militia forces are getting cleared out in the city. And now Tactically Adequate can basically do what they want. They can basically just decide to defend, they can start pushing, and it seems like they're going to build a really wide attack. There's only people going here on that south wall, just making it tough. They have the scopes, they have the ACOGs, they have all the advantages right now. And militia is on the back foot, 78 tickets for the French militia left, Asteryks and Paradise, and we can see they are running, they are trying to push and push and push. But they are nowhere close. South DC, there's one squad, oh, some RPGs going down in this far southern squad for Tactically Adequate. They're trying, yeah, we can see they're staying defensive right now, staying defensive around south residents. How it seems. Got a nice defensive ring line here. Tactically Adequate is trying to make some pressure. They can do it right now. There's no pressure in the city anymore. They've taken down the FOB. They know there can't be any FOB anywhere close anymore. So now they've got them basically where they want them. And here's so many open fields. So the Americans can use all their weaponry to their advantage. Trucks just spawned. Did he join into the right team? We hope yes he did. And there you go. Slowly they will get concealed into the... Right now the only move militia could do would be take like 1 or 2 people, one squad, and spawn in main base and try to come from the north side again.
les mecs qui ont pris le camion là, Nord 10. Qu'est-ce que c'est ce délire?
But now it comes to a halt. Tactically adequate. They know they have the upper hand here. They can play that easy and smoothly bring that round home.
La voiture lance-roquette, le machin, mais c'est quoi ce délire?
There's Frank Jäger, Aris, and Marvin pushing from the northwest, but 3 people, they won't be able to do a lot. Tactically adequate has enough defenders on that flag, and has some skirmishing going on right here. Kamalux versus ANV, and Kamalux gets taken out. So fights are getting to a halt. It seems there's something big calibered over here. I've got a Dishka right there. Put up some heavy weaponry. To fight. Tactically adequate, they know though. They just have to keep them at bay. Trucks got disconnected again. I just have to keep them at bay, and as long as they keep them at bay, back in that area of that map, there's not going to happen a lot anymore. They can apply pressure slowly. Don't see any forces. There's one squad over here. 4 Asteryks trying to do some pressure. 4 people, they're trying to do something, but there's at least 6 or 7 defenders around the mosque, and Petri over here already scouted it out, so they can already set their defenses into that direction. They should be fine here. They should be fine here. They're trying to... Basically, they're staying... Militia's staying, Asteryks and Paradise is staying in a whole line, but slowly but surely, tactically adequate troops are pushing in through the valley. Some struggling going on. 51 tickets for militia. The BRDM is back here too. They're trying to hold out as long as possible. Grinding tickets, it seems like they're not going to push heavily anymore. They're already here on the hill. Here's Gash and ANV. Are already on that hill. Killing Malkovich, killing Dragon. Making more pressure here. Cliff La Salade is taking both of them out though. Gash and ANV are down. Tactically adequate could move up with a striker though. Could put up a striker though. Claffy over here and Blazing Drew. Blazing Drew's down, I see. Dendog's crazy. They're starting to apply pressure slowly, just drilling into the militia defensive. Right now I really like how Asteryks is standing. They like really have control over this whole Asteryks and Paradise. They really have control over this whole area of the map. And they just decide to let them come. They're on 44 tickets. I just decide to let them come basically. Over slow time. Just to take as many tickets. Just to take as many tickets with them as they can. What is here? Fulcrum versus Wood and James. Didn't saw each other yet. Now they saw each other. Fulcrum is down. Wood knows he's there. And... no, James got down. Then Fulcrum got down. So... yeah, we can see that the French are staying defensive. They're not even bothering pushing inside there anymore. 39 tickets. 39 tickets. 4 militia, 38 tickets. Slowly going to death. Slowly going to bleed out here. I can see there's absolutely no presence on the map for militia anymore. They're all basically hunkered back, doing the Maginot line. And defend. Defend. And tactically adequate is pushing out in all directions. They're doing the same thing, going on the safe call right now, moving up to North DC, just scouting out if there might attacks coming in from the north. We can see that they're pushing out in all directions to the north. Oh, they even find a full logic truck right here. That will fasten up the things. That's 8 tickets right here. Zotic is an LAT, I think. Yes, he is, and he will probably take down that logic truck right now. That will take out 8 tickets, and he's not seeing it for some reason. He's like, where's that truck? Should take out that. Would fasten up things a little bit. But yeah, we can still see that the BRDM is somewhere in the middle of the action. Far in the back over there. No, BRDM is here, man. This is something else over there. And here Karmalux is trying to move up. Did they take out that Logi yet? No, they didn't. Zotic is still up though. Karmalux over here. We're on 26 tickets for Militia. I really don't know what to say. What has broken Militia's neck in that case was that one FOB. So basically, tactically adequate had only 1 point to apply pressure, and with applying only pressure on that one FOB, they defended and attacked at the same time, because the French had to put so many resources on defending that one FOB, so tactically adequate had absolutely no problems to set up another FOB and push up from this eastern way over here too. So basically that one FOB, I don't know why they did it. Maybe they had a plan, so they had one FOB to basically defend and attack. But as soon as tactically adequate had figured out what is going on the map, they reacted really good on it just by pushing that FOB and applying pressure and pressure. That worked really good for them, and they finally managed to break the Militia forces here. We are on 19 tickets for Militia. I really like the double FOB strategics for tactically adequate. One in the north to attack, one in the south to the other way around. One in the north to defend, one in the south to defend. BRDM is still around here. Buying tickets. Did they take out that Logi yet? No, they didn't. It's still there. Loaded up. Can't use it. 13 tickets. So right now it's just about grinding tickets down as fast as possible. There's not that big of a bleed. And we can still see Paradise just resignating here, shooting rockets, just covering inside. Tactically adequate figured it out, and they're not moving through the valley anymore, just holding that hill. They're more moving to the north right now, trying to do those kills as quick, 12 tickets as quick as possible. So that one FOB tactic, I really am not sure why they decided to do that. Can work out, but you have to have the space around the FOB. Otherwise, yeah, shooting rockets. If you have that space around the FOB, it can work out. But if you once you get fought into your FOB compound and get surrounded, the pressure will never stop. That is what we saw here. So yeah, the BRDM just trying to do kills. We're on 6 tickets, 1 hour into the game, almost 59 minutes. So this round will for sure go to tactically adequate. We will see how many tickets they will have in the end. Because if Asteryks and Paradise is going to win the next round, the team with the most tickets left will win. That's why we see them like staying back, just trying to take out as many forces as possible, taking as many tickets as possible, because every ticket counts. So the BRDM doing some kills over here. 1 ticket left for Militia. And there you go, 188 tickets left for the tactically adequate. That's doable, actually. That's not that many. They grinded them pretty much down. Let's see the stats quickly. 252 kills for Paradise against 341 for Tactically Adequate. That's a big difference. Around 100 kills. Around 100 kills. But wow. What a match. What a match. Some tactically different choices for Tactically Adequate, for Militia, Asteryks, and Paradise. Nice game. So 188 tickets is what they have to get. We will go into a short break. I think we're switching the server, going to another server right now, to a French server, because this server was on the American side. Everybody's disconnecting. I will go into a short break, and I will be back. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the stream right now. 5 minutes break. Let me know in the stream if you're enjoying that stream. Would love to hear it. Trying to do my best to give you a nice cast. Hope you're enjoying. See ya after the break, everybody. So, I'm back. Game is not on yet. I'm sorry for resetting the countdown a little bit. I was not ready, well. Had to do a little break myself. Let me turn that music off. There you go. So, we are... I think somebody has troubles to join into the game. I'm not sure. We are in the warm-up again. Interesting. Match number 1. 188 tickets is what the militias have to do. What now? No, now they will play American actually. Paradise and Asteryks are 188 tickets behind, so if they win, they have to win with 189 tickets at least. Scoreboard bug is fixed again. Sometimes it just is not fixed in the first round, but now it seems alright. You can see the full scores. Hope you enjoy that wonderful cast. I just want to say thanks to all the follows who are in between that. I don't have any follower alerts right now activated, so just keep on hitting the follow button if you want to support me as a streamer. Would be nice. Do some advertisement. Sometimes. At least. So we switched server, now we're on a European server, so the pings for the French team are way better than for the American team. That's how we gotta do it somehow, as long as we can't afford to fly all those wonderful players to one spot and, you know, rent a soccer stadium. We gotta do it that way. One day. And we are still in the warm-up phase. I will stick to the other team now, to the tactical adequate, so we can listen up their voice chat. Gonna do that next round as soon as the teams are checked out. I hope you are all enjoying my casting. My voice is a little bit fucked though. Sorry for that. Personally, I think Logo Valley is kind of static map. Lots of action in the middle until that gets broke, and then you have to see how you can move on from that. And was actually interesting to see in the last round, just like the fight for the city, and after the city was basically, the fight was over, both teams basically went for this kind of draw, because then this distance from here, from that mosque building, over all the way over to that flag is pretty long, pretty open, pretty good defendable. So we will see. Another interesting fact, we didn't saw a lot of vehicle action. We don't have to forget that Militia has an MTLB 2X to its work. Out of my opinion, the MTLB is a strong option to fight those infantrymen for the US forces, against the US forces, but we will see how the next round is going to play out. I am going to change them teams, please. I will change the teams for sure. I can do that right now, I think. So yeah, now we are in the tactical adequate team, and we will be able to listen into their sound. Let's get this all up and running here. And I still hope we will see a good match too. Now Asteryks and Paradise are on the back foot. They obviously have to do some really good work, but on Loga I think it is possible. It is definitely possible to win with more than 190 tickets, especially on Loga, especially if you are the US forces. And we will see. So we are on the PAS layout right now, but yeah, they have that MTLB right over here. They could use it. They could utilize that vehicles more. So we will see how this is going to work out. There's still somebody needs to connect. Or Asteryks Alikanas is in the wrong team. We gotta switch with maps twice, I think, in that case. Because we are here on Militia Yeah, we gotta switch with maps twice anyway. Seems like there's a bug with the key system. Can't do anything about that right now. At least I can't. So we just keep it up. We will just keep it up. And I see now we are in 50 minutes back. So always takes longer actually after the break. Never works as expected, unfortunately, but what will we do? We are just doing that voluntarily. Just out because we love squad. How the fuck did they get the... Oh, that's how. That's how. That is how they got that BRDM in the... So still not a lot of going on right now. I think we're still waiting 25. I don't know why Alikanas is in my team here. So now Asteryks in Paradise. Now Asteryks and Paradise in the US American role. And I'm typing in the chat a little bit right now. 50 minutes in the back though. So right now I'm typing in the chat, which was 50 minutes ago for you folks. So we will see what is going to happen. So tactical elephant team is full. There still is one Asteryks in Paradise player missing. Oh, we gotta see. Gotta see what is going to happen. Maps will be switched twice in that case. And it seems like I will have to switch again. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's see what's going to happen. There you go. Team switch coming in, map change coming in. So we're almost there. I'm hyped for round number 2.
Why'd you answer when somebody was talking about Ali? They weren't talking about you.
Hey, Muhammad Ali, you washed up.
Trash.
So now we will actually be able to understand the squad chat, except for the fact that like we understood them in the first place too, but like we just heard the mood out of it. But now we can basically, you know, listen into them. And here we go. Oh, that's the wrong map. The song is the squad OST actually. Bap, bap, bap. So, I think we're in the right team. Another map change should come in. I have no idea what they're doing here right now. Next map change. So now the game should be live, actually. So will Asteryks in Paradise be able to turn it around and do the close to 200 ticket win? Or will Tactically Adequate basically move up to the semi-finals and kick Asteryks in Paradise into the lower bracket? That is the question. Yep, scoreboard is working. Perfect. So now we are in the Tactically Adequate team. So basically Militia is blue again and the French are the red Americans now. And as soon as everybody is in their squads, I will open the cast squad so we can hear those wonderful, wonderful live. This wonderful, wonderful live cast. The squad leader est maintenant running duck. Some French. So here we go. We will check out the same thing again. Let me just check if I have all my stuff activated. 7, 8, 9. I think should be alright. We will see. And again, we got 1, 2. TA-gaming.com. If somebody wants to check out the Tactical Adequate homepage, I guess ta-gaming.com. There you go. That's a decent way to put some advertisement in. And we have who has the hut kit. That actually is. I don't have a hut kit. 2 LATs here, no LATs here. 1 LAT here. They don't have a full squad. They don't have an 9 people squad, so they do not. Paradise and Asteryks does not have the HAT kit.
Yep, just drop it in the back of that compound down there and you should...
Might be interesting. Oh, and they are going for the push. We can see that already. Tactical Adequate will go for the South Resident Rush. No other.
Just to reiterate, Woot, you're taking the BRDM also, right?
Actually...
Ah, no, it's their Militia. I'm sorry, they're not going for the rush.
Pushed up to the wall.
They're going for 2 FOBs, 1 at South Residence and 1 at South DC. So we will see. And here we go. Here we go. They are moving up. The Striker is moving out immediately to the west. And the Logi is going to the west too. They take the Humvee though. So it may be a little bit more infantry and vehicle action. Full Humvee is moving up to the north to cap the flags, and infantry truck, logistic and striker is going straight to the west. And we can see the first militia forces are there going to rush north residence. I don't know if they take the BRDM or if it's a technical. We will see that in 1 second. It is a technical. They are going for a rush 2. I said it in the beginning of this match. It is a pretty common thing to do. For militia to rush north residence and for the Americans to rush south DC. So where are they heading? They're going for the same tactic here, like Tactical Adequate in the last match. FOB will come down right here. Rallies up, they're spawning in, they saved on spawns. And the infantry truck going straight to south DC. But a lot of the team is pushed south. They're going on a way more defensive approach. So we will have the first contact here. Whole squad for Tactical Adequate and Militia pushing up to Paradise. Oh, of course. There you go. Beer Hamper of squad 2 has the hut. Is Beer Hamper here with them? Beer Hammer, I think. That was a misread. I'm sorry. No, he's not. So we can see Asteryks. They are already at South DC and have that under control. So the question is now what will happen here at North Residence. Oh, first contact. Dolphin getting taken out. They went for the high ground here, which is a tactical intelligent choice. Paradise Neo is in the cap zone, starting to cap.
They're on North Resonate now, on the hill.
They're taking them out. Infinite is down. Crazy's down, I think. Yeah.
Push a guy out the
I think they might be able to capture that without any big problems. Good way to getting 3 or 4 people up to that hill, 1 in the cap zone.
No, dude, I can't. We We can't put the fob down right here. You guys
That
block-
seems alright. So
It's fine.
way
Push on
way
there now. Get your
more
rally down.
elaborated and really calm played by Paradise and Asteryks in that case. Having here that tactic, just Neo in the cap zone, the rest up on that hill. They will cap that. Militia is falling back already. They know. Tactical adequate, no. Okay, yeah, they're capping. We can't do anything anymore. So let's see what is going on the south side of things. Asteryks and Paradise have control over South DC. And Militia
I'm not setting
has
the fob
one
down yet,
FOB
so you're
up.
not safe.
Defensive.
Bring it down to
Positioned
box on South Residence.
West of South DC, and they've got another one west of South Residence. So they are going to play, seems like they're going to play more of a defensive route here.
We're cap.
They have, and the Logi is on the way to the main base again. Where is the BRDM though? Is this the little bear? It should be in the BRDM. He was operating the striker last round. Yes, he is. And he is setting fire up on that hill. And there's the striker, heavily fortified right there, and an ammo crate. That's going to be a problem. Repair station, and the striker fortified behind a HESCO. That is going to be a problem because that has fire control. I wondered if one of those teams is going to do that, but this might be a problem. So let's see what is going on the northern side of things. My camera straight here. They didn't cap yet. The Neo has not capped the flag yet, but should be only a matter as soon as they're capped on North Residence. Should be a matter of seconds now. As soon as they have capped that flag, they should be alright to just move into the city. Squad 1 of Tactical Adequate is still around here, trying to keep them contained as good as they can. But as soon as it's capped, they will. Yeah, it's capped. So now I have to get people into North Residence. Pretty open here, but as long as I keep them at bay here at South DC, as long as they keep them here in distance in South DC, it should be alright. And we can see that striker fighting against the BRDM. The striker is straight next to the repair station,
We're falling back in North DC.
and they have problems. That striker is in a really, really bad position. There comes the RPGs. Where's Spearhammer with that hut? They will need him sooner or later. Tactical Adequate has, and the BRDM goes down right over there. So we're on 475 tickets for Militia versus 498 for the US. So the ambush squad for Tactical Adequate just said they are going to fall back for North DC. They're just trying to buy as much time as possible.
Yeah,
So the capping forces for Paradise and Asteryks, Dunkerberg and his boys, they can slowly start advancing. Do they have a Humvee or did they just abandon? Where's the Ah, it's here, it's burning. It's over here and ITA just blew it up. That evens out the tickets a little bit, 12 tickets for that Humvee. So, does still, yeah, Beerhammer still has the HAT kit. Well, he's there, he's right here. And his job, his solely job, is to take out that striker, because if he can't manage to take that striker out, they will have a problem, because that is in such a badass position over there, fortified behind those HESCOs. Ah, James over here is pushing up, but yeah, double repair station. I just have to make sure to keep on supplying it, and he gets hit, but he might be able, they might be able to repair it. They know James is close. One LAT, Aris already is shooting at him. So we will see how this is going to play out. Pretty good setup for Asteryks and Paradise here.
Alright, they know where the fucking fob.
And they already found
found
that FOB over here. Stan pushed right in with Asteryks, taking out Wood. They should be able to clear it, but that's intel, all the intel they need. They know where the FOB is.
We're gonna need
Takes another hour, 350s getting down.
from behind somehow.
And yeah, Tactical Adequate is talking about dealing with that striker. They have a problem. How about North District Center though? North District Center, they're slowly pushing They don't have a reinforcement. Squad 1 is just trying to hold here for tactical adequate, buying time as long as possible. So they can work on that striker problem in the south, because as long as that striker is up, tactical adequate won't have a problem. Will have a problem. There you go. They won't have a chance to push into South DC as long as striker. That's what I was talking around. Like, have that striker here on that hill somewhere. Double FOB. Look at how they building it in. And that striker has complete fire control over this whole valley, basically. So they have to work on that. Stan was taken out. He took some. Now Stan is still up. He is still up in here. Actually, he took out a couple of them. He's still laying there. Asteryks giving them a hard time at that FOB, pulling their forces back. Or tactically, they are struggling. Tactically adequate is struggling here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that RPG just took out Bad Wolf 1. Was a law actually, not an RPG. So it's kind of quiet. Because tactically adequate have to find a way to deal with that striker. Before they're not doing that, they have no chance. And Paradise moved into North Residence, North District Center, cap zone already. And they're will start to cap it eventually. They maybe need to dispatch some more forces to fight with that squad. Because I think squad 1 is a full squad for tactical adequate, and Dunkerbed, well, he has the same amount of manpower. And we're on 455 tickets versus 477. So Americans are still ahead. Asteryks and Paradise, if they can keep it up like that, there might be a chance for Asteryks. And Paradise to make this win, which they need actually. It's going to be interesting. And there's Loss going down. Where's Spearhammer or Rockets going up? But they have Spearhammer has to make his move with the hut kit, with the heavy anti-tank, with his tandem rocket. That's the only way I see them. Taking that out. Spearhammer is right over here. You gotta basically just try it. That's my personal opinion here. Otherwise, they won't get rid of that striker anytime soon. So yeah, we can see Paradise is now dispatching more people to take North DC. They have all the time.
There's still one in our fob comp.
They have all the time on their side. All the time is on the French side right now, since they have complete control over the South City, and the striker is even fighting up here, helping out here at that flag. That's how strong that striker position is. So the questions, are they capping already? It's blinking, so something is happening to the cap status.
We just gotta get people in the cap up.
And yeah, they're trying to take off that striker, but this double has go enforced reinforcement. Plus they even did like... Oh! Was that Spearhammer with a HAT? I'm not sure. I am not sure. They're trying though. They're trying. Do they have an ammo crate? No. I think in my opinion they should just get an ammo crate up, and Spearhammer should just start shooting that striker and try to shoot it. And now their Paradise is capping North DC. They're on 432 tickets against 465 for the French right now. They're definitely capping this right now, because Militia can only stall it, and they are not able to make any influence besides stopping them from cap on that flag. What is going on over here? Militia, tactical adequate is trying to push into South DC, but there's that striker on the hill. Oh, who's up there? Who is up there at that striker's position? It's True Speeder. He's digging. He's starting to dig. He's close to the striker. As long as CD just stays tight, he knows somebody's there.
We're pulling up.
He obviously knows somebody is there somewhere, because his people And there comes from Bad Wolf the Bad Wolf's idea. Watch, is there any reason we don't just drop ammo and lob HATs at the striker? No reason not to, just need to get lucky once. That's totally what I just said, Bad Wolf. That's exactly my idea. Just drop down an ammo crate, shoot the huts up there, and you will be lucky. There's no other way to do that. So North DC is capped. Now the Americans are capping South DC. Now they're slowly capping. Behammer is right over here. He's taken out right now. Bruce Speeder still though is right next to the striker.
We need people to get on the north side of South DC as well.
He is digging. It seems like he's working almost Hesco's. I'm not sure.
Alright, we're going.
But right now, Asteryks and Paradise have all the aces in their sleeve. They're doing exceptionally good here, keeping them all at bay, because those militia troops, they even have a hard time just by moving around close to the cap zone. And there's Beerhammer. And I think they're digging on the ammo crate. Yeah, they are digging on.
Right at the striker. If we can get up there.
Oh my god.
They're digging at the ammo crate. All the LATs are here. The hard Beerhammer. He has to do that move, otherwise
Yeah, push north.
the longer time goes by. 400 tickets,
I can't get
404 for the militia, for tactically adequate against 460. Beerhammer got taken out. That's not good for tactically adequate. They want to keep him safe, and they want to work down that striker over here. It's giving them so much problem. It's pinning them way back in that FOB. City Revedix, how many kills he has already? 17 kills on that striker.
That's exactly what we were gonna do. Now we don't have a foothold. Nobody's on South DC.
And that's the
wanna go back to
problem
South
for they're getting pushed back. We see all that smoke. Tactical adequate really is struggling against that striker.
You can't just leave the point. My squad was gonna flank.
Now they have a real problem. They have some people back at South Residence though. But we see Paradise, they're so aggressive, good flanking here. That was a good game plan and it worked exceptionally well for Paradise and Asteryks. Here's no Lexicon, TA Blue. Petra, they're getting pinned down, they can't move anywhere. That striker is just giving fire. Just working them down. 18 down, 17 kills. You can see he can basically see the whole valley. They can see, look, it's like they can basically kill all of this. We've seen all those down blue people, all those tactical adequate people. Basically the whole team is dead laying down there. Paradise and Asteryks are pushing into that FOB already. Oh, that's a tough call. That's really tough. That worked out so good for the French team. There's some sneaky forces where they know they have to deal with that HAT. So Beerhammer with that striker. So Beerhammer is here now. They're going for the north side. Now they're like, okay, let's finish this striker right now, right here. That's the right move. They could have driven far more.
They're on the half in South DC. Nobody's on it.
But it will snowball out of control. Asteryks and Paradise were using that, clearing out the city, digging out that hub, digging out that fob at the same time. Really heavy push. 374 tickets versus 454. That hub is gone, so the whole control in the city goes to the French team here at that point. The striker will eventually die, though. Marquis over here is up. He might be able to see what's coming. But if they don't realize that there's like a whole squad coming from behind to get that striker, they will get in problems. I mean, it's got some cover to the back, not a lot though. Right now nobody's watching. That could change the game a little if they are able to take down that FOB. Where's the hub though? The hub is right down here in South DC, so the radio should be up here. And they could take that down. We have 328 tickets versus 450.
Bob's down. Our BRDM's down also.
They just took down a BRDM. They just took down an FOB. So it's snowballing out of control, and they're starting. Paradise is starting to make pressure on South residents. So now it will be interesting. What are those flanking forces doing? Are they realizing they're coming from behind? Are they turning around? Does the Logi driver maybe even see them? No, it doesn't. They do it intelligent.
Fuck, I was gonna do that flank loot. You gotta tell me next time, man.
They stick into the cover. They stick into cover, and where is Spearhammer with that HAT kit? That's the saving grace they have with him over here. Here's Spearhammer. Can he do it? They're sneaking up to that FOB.
How are we doing on South Res?
It might be too late.
They're coming.
South residence is
Are you losing
South DC is totally there. There's one squad. They are already here. Asteryks in Paradise, and they're taking them out. Fox is down. Blue is down. Crazy is down. Bad Wolf 1 is still up. And what happens here? What happens at the striker? So much going on right now. Did they realize yet? No, they didn't. No, they didn't. There's two things I want to cover right now. The striker, the whole squad. But they don't have the time. They're starting to cap South residents right now. 317 tickets versus 450. That's already 150 tickets ahead. If Beerhammer is able to kill that striker, Neosan is watching in the back. I mean, all those 10 people, those 8 people here, falling to the back are missing. If James shoots first, is not what you want to do with a striker. You just want to get the tandem off. Whereas there's Beerhammer with that juicy tandem rocket.
Come on, Beer. You ready? You got it?
Yeah, there's all this AT power, and the striker is down. And they took down the striker. That was a pretty much overkill. The striker is down. Now they might have a chance here. What is going on at the other flag? They defended it. They defended the whole push. Vince is down over there. Paradise Coin 2 is over here still. They're pushing up, so they defended. Now can they turn it around? That is the question. Can they turn it around? The striker was 35 tickets, 411 versus 308. So we're like on 100 tickets. They need 188. The French team needs 188 tickets to win that round.
Is there a guy, sir?
So they're searching for the FOB. The logistic truck is falling back. Knows what's up here. So what can they do? Can they defend it? There's more militia coming in from the north to that cap zone in the south, South DC, but they're still holding it easy peasy. And they gotta clear it out. Can they hold that FOB?
I have no idea. That motherfucker's out there at northeast.
So Paradise Asteryks is pushing back. Asteryks and Paradise, both of them. There's only Cleffy and Steel Dragon Wood is over there. There seems to be the rally point for that militia forces. Yes, it is. And they're spawning in. So that striker right now is down. But at what cost? That's like 8 people already, is 8 tickets already. The FOB is still up. I personally have no clue where that FOB is.
Bearing 17.
Oh yeah, they're fighting. But Asteryks knows there is militia behind them. They gotta clear that out. They are working on it to actually push them back. Things at South District Center seems good to be. Dolphin over here pushing into the mosque tower, taking out Frank Jaeger and taking out Amalu on top Argus, but it's just 2 militia players. That's not enough to cap. And there's a lot of forces at South Residence. They're staying defensive. 282 tickets left and 400 for the American. That's 120 tickets. They need 180 in advance. But it's actually the advance for Asteryks and Paradise is going into their favor. It's growing. It's growing slowly, but it's growing. So now they're really close already. Dunkerbeck over here. Coin 2 over here, fighting. Vince is in the cap zone already versus True Speeder and Bugs 1 versus 2. But alone in the cap is not enough. And Tactical Adequate is mostly on the hill in the north. So they won't cap there. Let's see what's going on here. They're holding South District Center, and Tactical Adequate still is trying to come from behind. The FOB though is still up, and as long as that FOB is still up, Beerhammer could take out that truck. Every ticket counts.
I got one in here right now, trying to get him out.
So as long as they're holding that FOB and Tactical Adequate is not able to find the FOB, they should be alright. I don't even know where that
Trying to get my
FOB
guys back
is.
over here.
We're getting a hab up as soon as we.
It's not here, it should be, has to be somewhere even more down here. Yeah, there it is, it's right here.
They're on south res.
I need help.
It's right here.
Woot, have your guys. Once I die, spawn
And
south
it seems like they are capping South Residence. Oh, they're capping with only one person. I think that's the tournament mode enabling them to cap that with one person left. Are they really capping it? No, they're not. That's the wrong call. I need 3
They're camping
people.
hab on
They
south
know
res.
they know though Asteryks and Paradise are inside the cap,
Oops,
so
and you
now
guys
all of
south
them are
res.
pushing to push out
Work on-
Shivla Salat. No more forces for Tactical Adequate in South Residence for now. But they are fine, they're fine. He's pretty much alone over there. So how is the counter-attack coming? There's a lot of going on. Let's analyze. We've got 3 or 4 militias for Tactical Adequate on here, straight north of the cap zone. And the rest of the squad is under heavy fire over there. Steel Dragon is the last one left. Gets taken out. And there was Wood. I think there was the rally point over here. If they can take down the rally point for them, they can finally wipe that squad here. And they have their peace.
I think we're okay.
So Dolphin, Snow, Lexicon, and LNV. Ah, nah, there's another rally point over here. Dolphin is the squad leader. It's not.
They know our position. We
Oh,
gotta move.
Wood is another squad
move.
leader. That's interesting.
Get out of the
So
way.
as long as they still keep their rally point up, they're alright. And they can still keep on pushing. But
Have
once
some
they run out of rally points, they will have a problem. It's 247 versus 380 tickets. That's already 130 ticket difference. It's only 50 tickets left. Paradox getting taken out there. And the striker will eventually come up again. They cleared out. No, there's 2 squads of militia here. That's true. So Wood's rally point is over here. Squad 1 for militia is over here. Right here. And they can
Alright,
spawn
south
in
res is
here.
good.
And
Roger,
there's Dolphin squad down here attacking straight for the cap. And the other squad is going for the FOB. The striker though will come back eventually into the battle scene.
You start watching the ticks now.
So what's going on here? They're good, they cleared it out, but oh, there's one squad of Paradise pushing up from the north,
Woot, if you
searching
can't
for
get their
that hub
bombs,
and
stop
that
pushing it.
FOB.
Stop pushing
No,
away.
we're getting our own hab.
So it's Dunkerbeck and his boys, and they're pushing from the north side, trying to struggle. Cap zone though is clear, they're mostly pushing to the east, so this flank could work out. South DC is still though in really strong French grip. Dolphin
Woot, get
squad
that hab down now. My squad
was
can
wiped.
spawn.
Dolphin squad was wiped in the city. Rally point is gone. Absinthe. He's called Absinthe. I'm sorry. Kept that flag. Kept that rally point. So they still got one squad over here. But James and Wood are working on a hub.
Hill we have to clear.
Enemy
They're
vehicle
trying to
driving
get up a
down
hub,
southeast
but
seats,
Sick over
transport
here
slash
is
lodging.
spotting it straight away. So they might to work. Yeah, he knows there's something up in that compound. He is checking it out. He will see the hub going up. So they will know pretty quickly that there is enemies behind their lines. They gotta take care of that. So now Dolphin squad will spawn there. We should see a waterfall
Woot,
going
you
up
gotta
there.
get your guys coming in from different angle. They just keep dying, man.
And there's still Asteryks, does still have South DC in the main grip. And I've got one squad of Paradise behind the Tactical Adequate lines. That could work out. What are they doing over here? Are they setting up an FOB? I saw a Logi in South DC. Or are they just, seems like they're just waiting for a rally point. Where's that Logi? I saw a Logi driving by somewhere, but seems like they're waiting for a rally point to get to full manpower again. And now they have to struggle. Paradise and Asteryks have to struggle to defend their FOB, but it's still fine. They know, okay, they're coming from behind our lines. That's good for us. And we're seeing some close fights here. Dolphin versus CD. Infinite is getting taken out. City Revedix is getting taken out. Dolphin still up. Lexicon still up. Clef is
Dolphin,
still
you
up.
guys coming over here.
And here the hub is up, so they can respawn behind their lines, but That is going to be clutch. They're going to get sandwiched, though. The American forces are going to get sandwiched. They're starting to push from the west side, too.
Sleep 2.
No.
So the question is right now,
We
can
just gotta find the.
the squad on Mosque hold long enough? Can they hold here? Militia's coming from all sides now, and that's their big advantage. If they're not having one front line, but if they're like doing the guerrilla tactics coming from all the sides. And what's what they're doing? Look, they're so spread out. There's James over here at that hill. We've got Dolphin and his squad spawning here with FOB on that hill. We got one squad pushing in straight from the west, so as long as the Americans can hold this hub here, they should be fine. The FOB radio is down here. As long as they hold that, they should be fine. So they just gotta buy enough time for Dunkerbeck
They're up at the.
and his squad to move in from the back. They are far behind enemy and they got supplied. So they build up an FOB right here. Yes, they got supplied. The hub is up already. They waited for the FOB and for the hub. I knew I saw Logi there.
Yeah, get that line
And now they
from-
can start assaulting. Now they can start assaulting South residents from here. That's actually a good move. And they're seeing the hub. They can take down that hub. So they might get
Okay.
that advantage. They will find that hub, take that down. Defenders have no ideas. There's this one special forces team squad behind them. And they're still holding the Moscow. Still holding. The FOB is still fine. Even if the striker is not up anymore. They are still alright here. They're still holding. Good enough. You can see in the back they're digging that hub. Somebody's trying to defend it. And the hub is down and now they have a problem. Now there's only the spawn points behind the American lines. So yeah, they're digging the hub. And Trucks is coming in there.
They're here, they're here.
Getting one. Getting another one. Malkovich is taking him out though. Malkovich take him out. Is Malkovich a medic? No. No, he's not. But they know they're digging the fob. Dunkerbeck is in the cap zone already. He pushed up to the cap zone. Killed Blue. Blue Speeder is coming around the corner. Oh. And Dunkerbeck is taken out. So they know they got the help. They can reinforce them. Now it's going to be interesting. Let's go back to the defending sides for the Americans. Or the French, in that case. The French playing Americans, so it's getting chaotic. Beerhammer is down over there. James just got taken out by a law. Seems like there's still enough defenders. As long as they hold that hub over here in that area, they're fine. Because the options for the Americans, for the American team, for tactically adequate, are running low. They can hear Sick over here. Took out Envy, and now he knows, okay, here's a hub there. If they can take down that hub too, they get a problem. The striker is respawned but not used, actually. So let's see what is happening. Sick is digging on that hub. He might be able to dig it down, but he won't be able to sustain it afterwards. And Asteryks is holding there 188 tickets to 350. We're getting close there. That's 160. It's 100, yeah. 160, 170 around. So Asteryks is doing it. They are pushing so far ahead. So Cliffler Salat is searching for the FOB and he will find it eventually inside that compound. Mark Cry over here is the last defender at this cap zone, and now tactically adequate has the problem that their only FOB on the map is on the far east side of the map in American territory. But they will be
Yeah, I
able
don't have a rally.
to get back capped. There's a new FOB going up for
north
tactically adequate northwest of South DC, and we can see them all spawning in here. They are waiting for a spawn point. They don't have a spawn point right now, a good one. They will start to push. You can see that they're starting to move up straight to that mosque tower
Let's put it in there.
south.
over here.
We go straight for the.
So they're holding Frank Jäger over here. And the fight for South residents has started. One militia squad pushing in from the west. The FOB, I think Cliff La Salade is digging the FOB Paradise, Dunkerbeck, Absinthe, Malkovich, Neo and Vince are trying to fight.
Everybody pushes a big.
Oh, but here Gloin and Dragon are inside already. Gloin gets taken out. Dragon is down too, so they cleared out inside. Absinthe is down. Dunkerbeck is still up. Bad Wolf 1 has a good position there. He can basically zone them away from the cap zone. You can wonder, Fulsili, how important is it to have people outside the cap zone, not to hide inside the cap zone, everybody. Bad Wolf 1 still Neo over there. We'll take him out eventually. Yes, he goes down. They're digging on their 170 tickets versus 332. That's 170. If that FOB goes down, Paradise and Asteryks are ahead in tickets on the final count. That over here, Cliff Lassalade is digging. The FOB's down, so it's 150 versus 340. That's around. That's really close. 190. I can't do the math right now. United States defended South DC, but they're pushing in. The FOB still is up though.
Ooh, you gotta get that quick.
Alikanas for Asteryks is defending the Silver Hub and the FOB. They have control over that Striker Hill again. They have control and they're digging out. I think we're working on that hub in the east. Wood is camping the American hub. Oh, this is going to be a close call. I think they're capping. I think Militia is capping the mosque. They're taking down that hub over here. They have no idea though.
Taking southeast.
They have no idea where that FOB is. The radio itself, it's up here. No idea. Nowhere, anywhere close. So let's see. Oh. Asteryks are spawning in, but Militia is already there. They gotta defend that. They gotta hypnotize. Takes out to Mix 14 versus Appendox.
Are you still?
Oh, and they trade. That's good. That's enough. The trade in that case is enough. They're spawning. Stan is spawning in. So I think this might be a double neutral. It seems like Paradise over here on the other side of things are inside. They're inside South DC, and now the problem they have, there's no defending FOB for Paradise. They're defending. Paradise will neutralize here for sure. Squad 3 has still a rally point somewhere close, but let's see what is happening. What is happening here? 135 tickets versus 331. That is enough. That is definitely enough for Asteryks and Paradise right now. If they just can keep it up, not lose too much. A and V over here. Killing Hypnotize. They're still around, but he just chucks in a nade into the hub. Mix 14 is still up there, still defending the hub. What's going to happen? He's still camping that hub, but there's more Asteryks forces coming in. They got control over that hill again. They theoretically could pull up a new striker right now, but it seems like they want to play it safe, not lose those tickets. And South Resident just got neutralized by Paradise. That squad behind their forces. Militia I think they just put too much forces to get, they try to go for the double neutral. It's like their only shot they have right now. I'm not sure if they're neutralizing right now, but the longer they take to move in to the city, into the South District cap zone, the more Asteryks will be able to respawn. They're laying around here, a lot of people taken out right now. Capitalize the Mix 14 rushing the mosque tower, getting control here, important position to have right now. Because he can theoretically take out Steel Dragon and Little Burr. So what is happening? It is not blinking right now. It is not blinking. That means they are not capping it. It's safe for Asteryks and Paradise. So what is going on the other side of the map? They are not capping here either. Paradise, are they? Yes, they are still capping. It's still 3 people left, so they should still capping. It is blinking, yes. They are capping it.
Are you capping South Resback?
They're capping. The BRDM though is doing, Dolphin is doing a lot of pressure with the BRDM on those people. But there is Absent and Cliff Lassalade are pushing in onto the BRDM. Are those LRTs? He's not absent. No, he got a grenade launcher. They are still capping. It's still 3 people, but the cap eventually will come to a halt pretty soon. Pretty soon. 110 tickets against the Dolphin. Gets 1 hit on the BRDM. He doesn't want, you don't want to lose that BRDM.
It's paused.
It's stuck. It's stuck. It's burning and it seems like it's stuck. They can move in. There's so many Asteryks forces right now pushing into the South Residence area. They will eventually take it. South DC seems to be cleared though. And they've taken out at FOB, so it's 89 tickets for Asteryks. 89 tickets for Tactical Adequate. I'm so sorry. Oh, Mix versus 350. 350 gets taken out. That looks really good for the French team, everybody. That looks good for them. But remember, it's still upper bracket. Whoever loses in this match will have to go against the Mumblerines on the next match. Right now, all points that it will be technically adequate.
Still need help.
And they really had problems to take down that striker on that hill in the beginning. And then what broke their neck was that they dispatched too many people. They dispatched like 2 squads completely to work on that striker, and it took them a long time. South DC is completely cleared out. And Asteryks and Paradise are holding that cap completely for themselves. They can now push everything. It's 34 tickets. 34 tickets for Militia and 310 for the United States. Asteryks and Paradise did the comeback here. Really, really good work.
My squad's a mechanic.
Really, really good work here for them. They just used the striker as long as they could. And they didn't overcommit it on it. They used it once as good as they could. Got that Heskos up. Got those repair stations up. Did a lot of damage with that striker initially. Pinned them back. And now, yeah, they're in trouble. Tactically adequate is in trouble. Wood over here and Dandogs. They did good. They really did good. Asteryks did a good job here.
We're losing tickets quick.
22 tickets, that is done. Now it seems like they are bleeding. They are already like pushed back to mechanic shop. But there already is one American Astro. What Astro? Yes, it is Paradise Astro. Already there doing some damage on its own. That hidden FOB over here just really paid out. They did good.
MG mark still accurate.
Really good. They dealt with a striker, but the cost of dealing with a striker was too high in that case for tactically adequate. And here we can see how much difference that one striker can do. Tactically adequate didn't use the striker as much and as efficient as Asteryks and Paradise did. Yeah, they cleared out the whole South residence. There's 11 tickets, and now we're starting to push on the next flag. This is pretty much GG at this point. 10 tickets versus 306. And that was that was well played by Paradise and Asteryks. Good game plan they had. Tactically adequate. Did not counter it quickly enough. Did not realize what is going on quickly enough. Didn't have the right answers for it. They had an answer, but... And Dolphin is down. So they had an answer, but it took too much time, took too much manpower. Using 2 LATs and 1 HAT, where just the HAT could have done the same job, basically. 2 tickets versus 306. There you go, people. That was a really, really nice comeback. And Asteryks in Paradise win with 306 tickets over 108. 88. Wow.